Hello, everyone.
What's
I have awakened, disturbed from my slumber. Amidst the sunken cities of Riley, I do rise to the surface, get a gasping breath. It's fish time, baby, and we're a show about fish, and we're going to talk all about fish and our favorite fish. Jazmin, you're my sister. You're also the co-host of the show. How are you doing? What's your favorite fish?
I guess a shark?
Is it what's your second favorite?
Fish? Second favorite fish?
Sure. Aquatic animal.
Aquatic animal. I don't know, but when I was little, I used to be obsessed with dolphins and
dolphins are cetaceans, which are whales. So you like whales?
Yeah, whales are pretty alright.
You know what the smartest animal in the sea is?
A dolphin?
Probably an octopoid. So octopus. So we got sharks, we got whales, we got octopus. What about my favorite aquatic animal is the wolf, the common wolf.
Oh yeah?
They stalk the underseas corals beds and hunt in packs. They're vicious, adorable predators.
The whale wolf or just a regular wolf?
Whoa! There's whale wolves.
In this movie there is.
Oh, that's right. This is a podcast about movies, and we're called Jawsbreakers, the Scary Funny Shark movie show. My name's Brett, and you already know that one over there as well. It's the Wolfeel Jazmin, the Wolfeel herself. Yeah, Google a Wolfeel Jazmin and feel insulted. Hey, we did it. This is a show where we watch movies with you, our doting audience, and we watch them on Twitch. We watch them on Discord. We watch them wherever we can watch them. Jasmine's at twitch.tv/MeteorDoll. I'm at TTV/Breaker is dead. And you could
and you're pretty blurry there, bro beans.
I don't know what to tell you. Hang on, I'll turn the lights on. You say stuff. It's an audio medium.
So welcome to today's podcast. Today's movie is Sharktopus versus Whalewolf, the amazing movie that came out in 2015. It's an hour and 25 minutes long. And let me tell you, that hour and 25 minutes was some of the best time that I had watching the movie.
So I'm back. We're here to talk about Sharktopus versus Whalewolf, which is a movie that came out in 2015 and is about 2 hours and 45 minutes long. And despite what you think, back in 2012, this movie was the shit. Also, you might notice that there's no background, and there's a mysterious black bag in the corner. I'm not bringing the background because you don't deserve it, because you didn't tell your friends about the show. So how dare you?
I think you guys deserve it.
I'm talking to you, Jazmin, specifically. What? Why didn't you tell your friends about the show?
I did.
You got a fuck book or Facebook? You got a Facebook?
I did.
The lies, the whole. Then they're really
and some of my very good friends, and some of my very good friends did show up. So thank you very much. I demand
proof.
Also, my friends are your friends, so
I demand
both
photographic evidence.
Pennywise was there, and Cisco were there, and they're my friends.
Take a picture of you listening to this podcast on your phone with your phone, and then send it to us at Jaws_show on Twitter.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, so you don't get the green screen until you're a good boy, and I'm never tell you what's in that bag.
The goodest of boys, like Whalewolf.
I want to stay out of jail. I don't want to go to the hot Russian doctor's laboratory. She'll poke me with things.
The
Not
big
in a good
needle.
way.
We're gonna need a bigger needle, she says.
Jazmin, we watched a movie
Yeah, we sure
called
did.
by the title of the aforementioned Sharktopus versus Whalewolf. And this is Sharktopus'
Woo!
second appearance on our show. And
Yeah,
we thought rather highly of the first Sharktopus movie, Jazmin.
we sure did.
Do you remember when there was sharks in September and an octopus came from the sky? I don't know what I'm talking
And
about.
had talons as sharp as knives.
There you go.
Yeah. Because to be honest, for some reason the Sharktopus this time did have talons, like very
Sharktopus,
scary talons.
the original, did he have those originally in the first movie?
I don't think so. That's why
I
I'm
don't think
bringing it
either.
up.
So Sharktopus,
It evolved. Maybe in each Sharktopus movie, it'll have something new about it.
the first movie ranks number 8 on our all-time shark movie tier.
And we've seen
list.
like 18 movies.
The undisputed least. Correct. We've seen 18 movies on the show. We've seen more than that, but we've seen 18 specifically for this show.
Yup.
And Sharktopus is number 8, and we'll get to that list and where we think the Sharktopus 2 versus Whalewolf belongs. But until then, we should probably go over some of our favorite parts of the movie. And Jazmin, we cannot spend an hour on this.
Okay, well, I have to bring up the facts. I got to introduce the cast
Facts.
and whatnot.
We'll do it.
I'm okay. Y'all, this movie was released July 19th, 2015. Budget was 6,000,000,000,000.
Question mark million.
Because I'm good at math. That's the budget estimated. It was directed by Kevin O'Neill. You might know him from another Sharktopus movie we're going to be watching probably. Sharktopus versus Barracuda?
Terracuda, like pterodactyl and barracuda combined.
Attack of the 50-foot cheerleader. Whoa. Dino Shark. As well as a movie called Dracano.
Dino Shark is on our list.
Ooh, so we got 2 movies from Kevin O'Neill on our list coming at you. And if you don't know,
well, hold on,
these...
Jazmin, that's bad expectations because now people are gonna be like, "Oh, they're gonna tune in next week, maybe, probably not," and then be like, "Oh, I thought we were listening to Dino Shark this week." No,
we introduced the next movie at the end of our podcast,
right? But I just want to mention that Sharktopus versus Terracuda will probably not be until season 3 or 4.
Which is fine, but it is on our list to watch.
Dino Shark's up in the air. Who knows when we'll get around to that one?
Yeah, who knows? But if you do not know him from his directed movies, he also did some
remember
filmography for a movie that I like called Zathura. And he also did some filmography for
Sharktopus
Dragon,
you
the Bruce
away.
Lee story. He was actually in a lot. He actually has been a part of a lot of really famous movies, so good for him. This movie was written by Matt Yamashita, and the main co-stars, bringing it back again, is Casper Van Dien.
What?
Woo! He's back at it again with the shark movies.
That man's so handsome.
He played our main protagonist, not antagonist. He's not a villain. Well, he's kind of a jerk.
No, he's not. You think he's a jerk?
There were some weird scenes with the police lady, Akari Endo, who was Inspector Nita Morales.
I thought he was probably the best actor in the movie. Like,
I didn't say he was a bad actor. I'm just saying he was kind of creepy sometimes. Him and Pablo. Yes. There was that whole scene while they were on the boat.
First of all,
in the water. She fell in the water.
Casper Van Dien was like, "Yo, this is going to be a dumb movie, and I'm going to have the most amount of fun as anyone here," and he did that.
Okay, well, there was just this one specific scene that seemed inappropriate, and it was just weird. But we'll get to it. We had this, actually, the cast list took me a little bit to figure out because for some reason not all the people are listed on IMDb.
Right, I noticed that too. That was very weird.
Yeah, so I had to do some digging, and Pablo, his BFF, boatmate,
When Casper Van Dien and Pablo.
Yeah, so
were
I
a bunch
couldn't
of
find
actors
Pablo
in the
on
movie.
IMDb, but I did figure out that it was Jorge Eduardo de los Santos. I actually liked Casper Van Dien and this guy in this movie together. They
They're
seemed like the
fantastic.
bestest of bros.
They're
And then we
fantastic.
had
Best parts of the movie for sure.
Then we had Felix Rosa, which is the baseball player / Whalewolf, played by Mario Arturo
Spoiler,
Hernandez.
Jasmine. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
In case you didn't
And
know
then
it,
you
we
have
spoil the shit out of these
Catherine
movies.
Oxenberg as the antagonist, Dr. Elsa Reinhardt. And
Is she an antagonist though? Really?
I mean, she's a mad scientist who
So-
helped murder
wow.
a bunch of
Hold
people.
on. The edge of madness
She helped
is where
murder a bunch of
the
people.
spark of inspiration lies.
She helped murder a bunch of people.
Put that-
The end.
No,
Then
they
I
were
had
not
to
murdered. They were
include-
sacrificed at the pedestal of science.
Okay, so I had to include also Tony Almont, who played Francois Tiny.
And also, you gotta not roll your eyes at your big brother, because I will.
And
will
of
snatch
course,
you.
I had to include Nurse Betty with the
Nurse
giant
Betty.
the giant needle, who was played by Jennifer Wagner. And that is, or Winger. Jennifer Winger, I apologize.
Apologies to Jennifer for
Apologize
my sister.
to the hot nurse. We
But you're
apologize.
hot, so you can't be that upset. Like, you know you're hot. That's a
So
good
yeah,
thing.
Brett. Now it's your turn. You're gonna talk about what this movie was about. Let's go. Here's the summary. Go.
All right. So Casper Van Dien and Pablo, we open on they are Casper Van Dien is a boat captain. Pablo's like his first mate / best friend, and they do like boat tours and stuff. And we open on a funeral on the boat. So usually when this is happening, it's like a spreading of the ashes type event.
Now, this
However,
is a full-blown casket.
thank you. Yes, it's a full casket, full body person inside, and they're just going to dump it in the ocean, which is not allowed. You can't do that, Jazmin. And naturally, Casper Van Dien wakes up after having been too drunk, and Sharktopus attacks, knocks the bride into the water.
Swims towards her dead
And they're
husband.
he's like, please tell me you got the money up front. And then he points at the wife and says, the widow has it. And then she's eaten by the Sharktopus along with her dead husband. We get a nice gag of the casket being open, and she's like, oh, my husband. Before Sharktopus
joins him in death.
Mm-hmm. We come to find out, I'm going to skip around a little bit. So we come to find out that Casper Van Dien is a drunk boat captain, and he's in a pretty decent amount of debt with Voodoo, King of the Underground,
Mr.
guy,
Tiny.
Mr. Tiny. And when Sharktopus, who is a thing, they mention it in the movie, probably one of the legitimate laugh here. They're like, you already follow him on Twitter. He has a Twitter account.
Does he have a Twitter account? Did you check?
We'll get there.
Okay.
So Tiny, as a way to pay off his debts, commands Casper Van Dien and Pablo to hunt down Sharktopus and bring him his heart so that he can eat it and absorb the power of the Sharktopus.
Control the Sharktopus.
Yeah, but see, the Sharktopus is dead if you remove its heart. But anyway, so we get a back and forth with Casper Van Dien and Tiny and Pablo.
And the
I'm getting there. So after the shark attack, Casper Van Dien wakes up in a cell with his hot ex-girlfriend, Inspector. What was it?
Inspector Nita.
Inspector Nita, right? And she has seen the Sharktopus firsthand eat some
after the cell. After the cell.
Right. I'm bouncing around here. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get you to the point where all parties are trying to go after the Sharktopus, with the exception of, we have a side story here. There is a strange Russian doctor who runs a youth rejuvenation clinic.
Experimental laboratory. Right.
That specialized in like the rejuvenation, the youthening of older people,
genetics and whatnot.
Basically a spa, but instead of sex, you get like injections.
of other animals and such.
Right. Well, that's an experimental thing she tries to tell the baseball player, who apparently is the greatest Dominican baseball player of all time, according
He
to him.
was WAS capital letters,
and now he's all washed up. But just keep in mind that even if you're washed up and you were the greatest of all time, people would still treat you like royalty, but not this guy. They treat him like shit.
Well, he's also a drunk and kind of a jerk, major jerk.
Right, he's very jaded at the loss of his
fame,
the falling of his star, as it were. We also get a little bonus. There's like an older actress from Hollywood come to get some wrinkles smoothed out, but we see her periodically throughout the movie. And ultimately, the baseball player gets sick of being like the laughingstock and goes to the doctor in the middle of the night to get some experimental stuff injected into him, which ultimately mutates him into the...
Wait, hold on, back up real quick, guys, just to set the scene. It's like Frankenstein type situation with lightning and a whole storm, and there's a point where he's like, she stops him, and then he's like, I can take more or something, and then he jabs himself with more electricity.
And there's like a whale skeleton like hanging like a chandelier right above it somehow for some reason.
And he totally dies. He totally is dead.
Yeah, he died. But he comes back.
After being wrapped up in plastic and then not wrapped up in plastic.
All zombified. He returns and begins to go through the zombie-like metamorphosis of turning into the Whalewolf. And occasionally, as Whalewolf gets out, he somehow has an innate sense of wherever Sharktopus is at any given time and decides he needs to attack Sharktopus for no reason.
Well, it's because he's on his turf. The Whalewolf thinks he's the big bad, and he's like, oh no, I gotta beat this guy. It's like a competition with this guy.
Bears and cougars coexist without constantly seeking at each other out for conflict. Generally speaking,
this is his territory. He's the big bad.
Okay, they both have the same territory, but you learn to avoid each other because animals do not like to be hurt, injured, damaged. They avoid conflicts wherever necessary. They don't just go fighting for fun.
Well, maybe that's that's what's left of Felix. It's his need to compete and to win against the Sharktopus.
Felix.
Maybe that's what it is. Anyways, he gets turned into the Whalewolf. There's some weird. He murders a lot, but to be honest, Whalewolf is weird looking but oddly cute because it acts like a dog, and she's like trying to give him treats and
potty train him.
There was a weird scene
going to
where
be an outside pet.
Yeah, there was a really weird scene where you didn't get to see the Whalewolf pee, but you could hear the Whalewolf peeing inside the laboratory, and she puts
down a wee wee. She put on the wee wee pad so that you may go into the bathroom. And I brought you some doggy treats from the store. And she holds up a baggie with 2 like oversized milk bones, just 2. But you cannot have them until you go wee wee on the pad.
And he's just sticking out his tongue. He's like, okay.
Yeah, like Whalewolf is, for having been human at one point, is very cute.
Very much more dog than whale, I feel like. At least in personality.
Mm-hmm. What's next, Jazmin?
Well, but keep in mind that there's like this parallel of Casper Van Dien and the inspector and Pablo dealing with Sharktopus, and then there's scenes of the Whalewolf, and then they bring those scenes together where Whalewolf and Sharktopus constantly come in and battle each other. There's a scene where there's like a fight club ensuing, and Inspector Nita is like, we gotta stop this, and all of a sudden you got Whalewolf, and it's just it's a lot of back and forth. Casper Van Dien constantly trying to, beat the Sharktopus, but he also wants to leave.
Remind me, was there a gag in this where like they're like, what's a Whalewolf? I don't know, Google it, and they Google Whalewolf?
No, there wasn't. There was a gag where they looked up the doctor on that website.
What was the website? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
What? We're the shark movie experts. We know everything. It was redtube.com. Search for it, kids, and then ask your parents about it.
The Reinhardt.org. Not
Speaking of hearts,
not to confuse you with Reinhardt from Overwatch. That's not who this is.
nobody plays Overwatch anymore. Speaking of which, Voodoo Hearts is the name of my punk band.
Okay, yeah. So basically, the whole movie is just a huge battleground. Whalewolf and
Occasionally,
Sharktopus fighting. Occasionally,
we get lots of scenes of Casper Van Dien running interference, trying to fend off the Sharktopus.
some other funny scenes.
There's a nice
where
scene where like the cop is trying to take down Sharktopus as well, and there's like gang violence on the street, but it's like I don't know how to describe to you how insane this scene is. What?
I was gonna say, remember when they're driving in the car and they're like, I have to get to Nita, and they're like, why? And they're like, did you get her pregnant or something? And the whole car got silent, and all of them looked at each other, and he's like, no. It was really.
And then and I like how everyone was relieved because they're all like, oh man, she's hot. Like I want to get with her.
I do have to say I wanted to come back to this really weird scene where the first battle happened where Nita was shooting a gun at the shark and Casper Van Dien was trying to stab it. She falls into the water and she just like passes out. By the way,
sharks are not bulletproof. Like I hate that when movies show like people shooting dinosaurs too. Like dinosaurs weren't bulletproof either. They're literally made of like skin. Even like if you shoot an alligator, does it not bleed? Dear listener, go shoot an alligator. No, really, don't do that.
It's just I don't even remember where it was because you inputted that. Thank you. Basically there was a weird scene where Nita had passed out and for some reason they decided to like unclothe her and she just wakes up naked and they're like being really weird about it. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
That was really weird. I just want to point that out.
I mean, she was in wet clothes. Yeah, you got to take them off. If that was me, I would hope you take my wet clothes off so I get hypothermia and die.
They just made it so awkward. And then they had this little love scene because they used to be in a relationship and they were about to kiss. And then in comes Pablo and he's like, "What's up, guys? Let's watch this. My favorite show, The Bachelor and whatever."
Yes, there was some insane shit where they cut to this Bachelor series. Who's the director, by the way, Jazmin?
I don't know.
It was the guy from the first movie, remember?
I actually looked it up. Remember, I did the cast. He was not a part of it. Not the same guy.
You don't know that? I'm like 99% sure. What's his name?
I looked it up.
Well, look up his name. Because I'm 99% sure that was him making a cameo. So, anyway, we get every time
it's not the same guy.
Bachelor gives the Bachelorette a rose or whatever, like Sharktopus comes and eats her. So they keep thinking it's the set is fucking cursed or something. And we even treated to a girl who like literally pushes another girl into the Sharktopus so she can get away, and she gets away scot-free. I might add.
She sure does.
There was the gang scene where the gangs were like fighting, but it was like obviously like fake fighting, like, and Sharktopus interrupts and starts eating people. I guess Sharktopus is a hero, stopping gang violence, stopping bad TV that rots your brain. I mean, what more do you want Sharktopus to do to help save humanity? I don't know.
So, Brett, it's Hector Jimenez.
Yeah, that was him.
He's not in Whalewolf.
He is in Whalewolf. He's the director.
He's
Prove
not.
to me otherwise, Jazmin, or I'll never believe you. Now, I want to say another great scene that
the director
at a certain point. We're waiting.
Yasser Michelin.
Fine, Yasser Michelin. Thank you very much for your performance.
Haha.
Boom. Casper Van Dien has a fight with some voodoo guys, and the secret kung fu he knows is literally just punching dudes in the dicks.
Yeah.
We get a whole fight scene where he does nothing but punch guys in the dicks.
Weird rubber puppet Sharktopus thing that he's got to hold on to, and he's trying to cover.
Right, because they chopped off one of Sharktopus's tentacles and tried to take that to the Voodoo King to appease him, which of course it doesn't.
Wait, did you say testicles or did you say tentacles?
Tentacles. Get your mind out of the gutter,
It sounded
Jazmin.
like you said the
Where's your
other.
fiance at? He needs to police you better.
Okay, all right, no.
Do you remember?
So basically, we skipped a whole lot, and
Sharktopus
we can't go
test,
over all the funny
McDonald's.
things. Just keep in mind that this movie is hilarious
This
and
movie's
ridiculous.
amazing.
And
It
there's
totally
so many
paid off on the
tiny.
trailer. The nurse was great. I thought she was very funny. And just everyone, top to bottom, stellar.
I think there was a lot of tiny moments too that we're totally skipping over that were just really funny.
Right. We didn't even get to the baseball field because
No, yeah.
They
So
decide
basically,
where's a good place to lure them to, or where can we find Whalewolf? Well, he used to be. Somehow they connect the dots and figure out he used to be the baseball player. I'm like, well, he used to be a baseball player, so let's go to a baseball field because he will probably show up there at some point, which makes no sense, but it works.
It does. And Casper Van Dien needs to lure Sharktopus to that baseball field.
They basically electrify a net like that's behind home plate, the one that catches foul balls. They electrify that somehow.
Yeah, and we have this whole scene after Casper Van Dien punches everybody in the penis.
The balls, yep. And he defeats the Voodoo King.
And he ends up encountering Sharktopus. And he's got like the little Sharktopus puppet weird thing, and
the voodoo doll
is looking the voodoo doll, and Sharktopus is looking at him. He's like thinking that he controls them, and then all of a sudden Sharktopus starts smacking him in the face with his tentacle.
Yeah, he does. He very much does like a mirror, like a mirror gag where they're like kind of doing the same thing. He's like, "Ah, I control you," and then Sharktopus does a very Looney Tunes like slap on the face, like thwack, 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 thwack. And he's very funny. This movie is a bonkers. They took the original Sharktopus premise, turned it into a comedy, and just leaned in real hard, and it works. I laughed, and not ironically, I laughed, like legitimately laughed a lot of times during this movie.
And there was actually a good amount of gore and violence to go with the comedy, because really some of the things that happened, we were just like, whoa. There was a part where the two drunk girls are walking home, and Sharktopus just like hammers them together and eats them. Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
There's some good stuff in this.
But in the end, Sharktopus and Whalewolf end up at the baseball field. They're fighting, and
the military have jets that they're coming, which I guess that would be the American military. Does the Dominican Republic have an air force with like F-16s?
Beats me.
Okay. Apologies to Dominican Republic that we don't know about your Air Force.
Yeah. So they're on their way there, and Casper Van Dien, Nita, and Pablo are setting up this whole battle, and then there's a scene of where they try to they take the tennis balls and put it in one of those shooters, and he's like, go get it, Whalewolf. And the Whalewolf actually goes and fetches the ball, like tries to fetch the ball. Do you remember that?
I do. Which, by the way, I want to just interrupt and say my apologies to the Dominican Air Force. Thank you for your service to the Republic of Dominica. I said that wrong. I said it so wrong.
Thank you.
The Dominican Republic.
Your service. And basically at the end, Whalewolf gets imploded with bombs, and Sharktopus ends up going into the net and sizzling out, which is really surprising because we know that there are multiple Sharktopus movies, right?
Yes, if you'll recall, at the end of the movie, Voodoo High Priest, the Voodoo King's hot sister that
Pablo wants to Pablo wants to constantly get with his hot sister.
She is hot too, like no joke. Like she could stick a pin in me.
Oh my god.
If I can stick a pin in her.
Oh, there was a whole scene where they did voodoo dolls on Casper and Pablo while they were drunk and sticking needles up their butts.
Yeah, they were torturing them with voodoo dolls, and they held their feet to the fire, and they're like, ah, yeah, they did that. And they put it, and this then movie it was like, off the rails. Belong there. Jazmin, who is your favorite person in this movie? Like, who really just sold the whole thing for you?
Who really? I mean, the Whalewolf did.
Whalewolf isn't
even
an actor.
Cute. He was so cute the whole movie. He had all the cute scenes where he was like being an actual dog, and I loved it.
I was gonna say Casper Van Dien because he had fun throughout the whole entirety making of this movie, and he could have been actually drunk for all I know, having a blast somewhere tropical. So props to Casper Van Dien for doing this movie because he totally didn't have to, and he went for it anyway. And I appreciate that.
I think the whole cast went for it.
All right, Jazmin. Do we want to rank this on our shark movie tier list?
I think that we need to first.
Do you remember? We're gonna do the
we need
quiz
to-
after the list.
We gotta rate everything.
All right, you're right.
We gotta give it the fins.
All right,
or the
Jazmin.
stars,
Based
or
on the
whatever you wanna be.
three undisputed qualities that I totally forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
Eye roll meter, brutality, and cheese. Jazmin, on a scale of 1 through infinity, where do you give this on the eye roll?
So out of 10, I would give it. I actually didn't eye roll a whole lot in this movie, even though it was very B movie-esque, hilarious and whatnot.
Well, first of all, it was a B movie. I'm pretty sure it was created. What was it? Funded by Sci-Fi?
Yeah,
for
it was
use on their TV channel. So it's a made for
probably
TV
during
movie.
Shark Week or something like that at some point.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
But
Shark.
Anyway,
I'm gonna give it. I didn't have a lot of eye rolls when I watched this because I just genuinely thought it was funny and ridiculous. And
the number.
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10.
Okay. So there's definitely a difference
3?
in movies that try to be funny and fail and try to be serious and fail, and they make you roll your eyes. This movie was very self-referential. It's very much in like Scary Movie is a comedy spoof movie of horror movies. Like it's bad, but it's supposed to be bad. Rocky Horror Picture Show is great, but there are parts of it that are supposed to be you're supposed to want
ridiculous?
to throw things at the screen. Like that's the point. So
like what? Why? What is this?
Well, I think like interludes of The Bachelorette being ripped apart by Sharktopus is ridiculous, or Casper Dean getting slapped around like Wile E. Coyote is I didn't roll my eyes a single time. I legitimately had fun the whole time. The acting wasn't painful. It was all capably and well done. The story's not great, but it's not meant to be either. The story is literally backseat. It is a vessel to get you from point A to point B to point C.
I think this is one of the movies that like defines like one of the like why we started the podcast is like these types of movies. I feel like a bad, funny, good B shark movie. Because
I'm giving it a 0 because I didn't eye roll once. Jazmin,
I only eye rolled on them. The naked and weird scene on that boat. That was the only thing. Because consent is key.
Okay, first of all, it's not sexual unless you make it sexual. Because it was a life or death scenario where she was unconscious in the ocean and he took her clothes off so she didn't get hypothermia.
But they had made...
If you waited for consent, then she would have frozen to death from hypothermia.
Okay, that's fine, but they had made some unnecessary comments.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Jazmin, if you fall into a frozen lake, I'm leaving your clothes on until I get consent, and you're gonna die. But I'll already be naked when I jump into the lake, so it'll be fine.
Okay.
Jazmin, brutality.
Moving on. Brutality. I'm gonna give this
on a scale of on a letter tier, A, B, C, D, E, or S tier.
I'm gonna give it a T tier.
T. That's terrible. That's not good at all.
Terrific.
T for terrific. I'm gonna give it S tier.
You're gonna give it an S for Sharktastic?
No, I'm giving it an A. This is an A tier brutal movie. I think S tier is only reserved for the truly lifelike carnage, viscera, pain, agonizing, torture-esque. Yeah, this movie is very kind of cartoony and entertaining with the way that people are killed, but they are done.
Also, they remind me of like the Mortal Kombat fatalities. There were some points that I was just like, I wanted to be like fatality.
All right, Jazmin. Cheesy factor. How cheesy was this movie on a scale from cheddar to Gouda?
Oh, Gouda's my favorite, so Gouda.
I will also
It was Gouda. It was hella Gouda.
It's
and
Gouda.
I would watch
So
it again.
This movie is
And
100% cheese, but it's the kind of cheese that's not bad. It's the kind of cheese that's fantastic. You just want to spread it all over your butt and lick it off.
I forgot.
Whoa, no!
I forgot about the ratings. I forgot to tell you what everybody else thought minus us, even though we are correct
Sure.
and everyone else
Well,
is wrong.
lay it on us, and then we'll get to our quiz.
All right, IMDb gave it a 3.1 out of 10.
Boo! I don't know
However,
what the fuck they're talking about.
however, 73% of Google users like this movie. Woo! And I always forget whether or not the percentage low or high is good or bad on the Rotten Tomatoes, but they got a 27%.
That's bad.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's real bad.
So they're wrong, except for
they're
the
very
Google
wrong.
users. You go, Google users.
Yeah.
The majority of
The
us
people know.
that the people
If you know, you know.
know.
And if you watched it with us, you know
now
too.
you know.
And if you're listening to us and you didn't watch it, like, thanks, I guess. Kind of.
But you should watch it. It was on YouTube.
Jasmine,
Go
where are we putting it on the ultimate shark movie tier list?
I'm
The
gonna put
undisputed tier list.
I'm gonna put it above Sharktopus.
So let me go through the list real quick. Number 1, 47 meters down. Number 2, 47 meters down uncaged. Number 3, six-headed shark attack. Number 4, Shark Attack, circa 1999. Also starring Casper Van Dien. Number 5, The Reef. Number 6, House Shark. Number 7, Ouija Shark. Number 8, Sharktopus. Number 9, Saint the Jaws. Number 10 is a tie between Empire of the Sharks and Sharks of the Corn. Number 11, Planet of the Sharks. Number 12, Shark in Venice. Number 13, Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. Number 14, Avalanche Sharks. Number 15, Jurassic Shark. 16, Ice Sharks. And number 17, Virus Shark. Jasmine, you said you want to place this above Sharktopus.
And I would place it above Ouija Shark.
So Ouija Shark is 7. That would put it directly underneath House Shark as the new number 7. I gotta go higher.
I mean, you like this better than House Shark?
House Shark is a personal joy of mine that will never cease.
Wow, you hear that, guys? He's thinking about it.
I legitimately love House Shark. I love House Shark more than this movie, but I think this movie is better on all fronts than House Shark. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like,
it makes sense. I think it's better than the
for
Reef
me,
too.
For me, House Shark is an undisputed like number 2 on this list. If this list was just me, it would go 47 meters down, House Shark, in that order. The end.
That's news.
But that's not the list. I'm looking at.
We can put it above the Reef.
I definitely like it better than the Reef. I didn't even like the Reef that much. You're the one that fought so hard to put the Reef up there.
Well, that was because it was one of the top 5 movies that we watched. Literally, we watched it so early, and it was one of the only ones that was like a normal shark movie.
No, that was within the first 10. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I like this movie better than Shark Attack. I like this movie. I like this movie more than Six-Headed Shark Attack. Is the landing point that I'm on.
No, I like Shark Attack better. Or not Shark Attack, Six-Headed, because of the crab. You cannot.
Scene versus the plethora of scenes in Sharktopus versus Whalewolf. Sharktopus versus Whalewolf had so many great moments that we literally couldn't name them all in this show. We tried, but it was so many and so varied and so disconnected that it was because this episode is so scattershot because it's so hard to quantify all these amazing moments.
But Six-Headed Shark also had a lot of amazing moments.
I don't disagree, but I think I like this movie better. It has this.
All right.
Okay.
All
how about
this? I will give it to you because you've given me multiple.
No. How about this? Six-Headed Shark. Like, okay, who's got better CGI? Six-Headed Shark Attack or Sharktopus versus Whalewolf? I would say they're probably equal. Okay.
Well, I think Whalewolf is newer though.
Okay, newer doesn't mean better. Like I think.
No, I didn't
equal.
say it was.
Well, that wasn't the question, Jasmine.
I'm just saying. You were saying. Okay.
Can I fucking move on? Jesus, derailing me at every fucking moment.
You do that, not me. Go.
Anyway, So we're just breaking it down categorically. CGI, I think they're on par with each other. Acting, Sharktopus versus Whalewolf, 100%. Like, not to disparage people from Six-Headed Shark Attack. I thought they were fantastic. I think they're really good. Casper Van Dien and Pablo. I mean, and Tiny. I mean, they were so good in this movie. Everyone it was so good. There wasn't a weak performance from any of them. I think they're okay. So I think they're equal in this aspect too, with the exception that Casper Van Dien tips the boat.
It's all about you, Casper Van Dien, baby.
He's
it's
amazing.
All about you.
He's so good, and he's so handsome. What's
okay,
next?
I'll agree with you.
Carnage.
We can
Carnage, brutality. Are they? I think Sharktopus was probably a little more brutal than Six-Headed Shark Attack.
Are you gonna let me finish?
No.
This time?
What?
I'm saying go ahead and put it above Six-Headed Shark. Go ahead.
What if we let?
Just do it.
What if we let the dice decide?
No, but I'm completely okay with it being above Six-Headed Shark.
All right, Jasmine. Call it high or low. If it's
just
lower than 10,
love the Six-Headed Shark land shark happening thing.
High or low. If it's lower than 10, then it's underneath Six-Headed Shark Attack. If it's higher than 10, then it's the new number 3 above Six-Headed Shark Attack. If it lands directly on 10, it's a tie. Ready?
Let's do I have so much faith in you. Let's do higher.
I wasn't saying call it. I was telling you Did you not understand what I just told you?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying that it's going to be higher.
Dear listener, I have a D20. That's a dice with 20 sides on it.
It's going to be higher.
So if the roll is below 10, it becomes the new number 4. If it's above 10, it becomes the new number 3. If it lands directly on 10, then it's a tie. It'll tie with Six-Headed Shark Attack. Here we go.
Above, I believe.
That is a 6.
Okay, then I was wrong. My bad for believing Brett would roll a high number.
Well, do best 2 out of 3.
We'll just change it to above.
All right. And then the next roll was a 7. So
just put it above.
Congratulations, Sharktopus.
Versus
Whalewolf. The new number 4 on our list. So the new undisputed Shark Lift. I gotta dispute it though. It sucks, man. Number 18, Virus Shark. Number 17, Ice Sharks. Number 16, Jurassic Shark. 15, Avalanche Sharks. 14, Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. 13, Shark in Venice. 12, Planet of the Sharks. 11, Empire of the Sharks, tied with Sharks of the Corn. 10, Santa Jaws. 9, Sharktopus. 8, Ouija Shark. 7, House Shark. 6, The Reef. Number 5, Shark Attack from circa 1999. Number 4, Sharktopus versus Whalewolf. Number 3, Six-Headed Shark Attack. Number 2, 47 Meters Down Uncaged. And number 1 as the greatest shark movie of all time thus far, 47 Meters Down.
Woo!
We did it. And the more House Shark gets pushed down, the more painful it gets for me.
I am so sorry.
And we're at least going to have, I mean, it's kind of guaranteed we're going to have at least one more break the top 5. Like, it's kind of guaranteed.
I mean, it's just going to happen. I mean, we're not even changing our list throughout the seasons, like restarting. So, I mean, things are just going to keep constantly getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And our list is just going to be so big. It's just not going to be fair.
Maybe. I'm waiting for the one movie that's going to really just push Virus Shark back up and away from the bottom. I feel like we're being too mean to Virus Shark.
It's going to be our movie.
Yeah, our movie will be at the bottom. You know what?
Our movie will be at the bottom, yeah.
So for our movie, when it does come out, spoiler alert, we're putting our money where our mouth is and trying to make our own shark movie.
Woo!
Which I mean, we're going to do some content on it. We'll do a watch party. We'll do a podcast episode. We'll invite some of the people who helped us with the movie as part of the stream. And then we'll have those people on the podcast, Jasmine, and then they can do our show while we just kind of sit around and listen.
Oh, no.
So they can decide where our movie goes on the list.
I feel like I have a good person, possibly. We could have Mom do it.
Okay,
Mom Shark.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I don't want to say anything while we're recording that I can't deliver on later. So Don't even say anything. Don't even say who's in it.
There's so many possibilities, y'all.
Jazmin, it's quiz time.
All right, let's do it. Let's see if I once again lose my position
Say
as
something
co-host.
while I get my voodoo doll.
Apparently, my brother has a voodoo doll that I didn't know about, and I hope he doesn't do anything unnecessary with it, because that would be awkward. Oh God, jeez, what is that? Is that my face? For those of you listening, there's a mannequin head, a black mannequin head with
It's actually a skull.
It's a black skull with my face printed out on it. That's actually a cute picture of me. Hello.
Look,
But
I even let you keep your hair.
it was just a floating head with some hair. But it's a cute selfie, though.
This is my voodoo doll. Yeah, that's right, Jazmin.
Lord
This
Lord of the
time,
Sharks, please help me get through this.
time's for real. Thank you, El Nino. Do you remember when King Tiny had a voodoo doll? Jazmin, for every wrong answer you get, every wrong answer you get a pin. You see this? This is a real sharp bobby pin.
For those of you who can't see, he's going to stab my lookalike in the face.
That is what's gonna happen. All right, Jazmin, you ready?
I thought you loved me.
Tell me if you feel this right above your right eye. Do you feel this?
Actually, you know what? That's actually really funny because I have been having problems with my eyeball. Have you been doing that today?
Maybe, Jazmin. Do you feel it?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, all right,
I'm
all right.
blind.
Pain awaits you should you fail.
I can't see. I'm blind in my.
All right,
one eye.
Jazmin.
That
For
was
this
hurting
first
me.
question in the Sharktopus versus Whalewolf quiz, you get 100 points. 100 points.
Okay.
For every correct answer that you can give me, and there's
that just
several.
means that means the test is gonna be hard.
In this movie,
HARDT.
our werewolf puppy starts off as the former greatest baseball player in the Dominican Republic of all time.
Felix Rosa.
Felix Rosa.
Rosa.
Jazmin, you get 100 points if you can name any of the greatest Dominican Republic baseball players of all time. And there's several that you could name here. Without looking it up, obviously.
Mario Hernandez.
Are you just gonna go for one? Are you gonna try for multiples, or I said you get 100 points for each one you get right.
Eduardo Morales.
Eduardo Morales. Are you just saying like vaguely Spanish names, like Latin names? I should say.
Maybe. Did I get any of them right?
Want to try again?
Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé is not on the list, Jazmin, and that is an incorrect
I didn't
answer.
even give one. I didn't even give one. Wait,
you get a pin.
My face.
Doesn't that hurt? Does that hurt? Yes, no, maybe. You could have said Albert Pujols. You could have said David Ortiz. You could have said Pedro Martinez. You could have said Juan Marichal. You could have said Sammy Sosa. You could have said Manny Ramirez. You could have said Vladimir Guerrero.
News flash to everyone listening. I don't really know anything about baseball.
Jazmin,
except for how to
Casper
play,
Van Dien, star of Shark Attack fame, was also in this 2019 thriller that saw John Rico on a boat.
John Rico Suave.
Mr. Dean was also in this 2018 movie where he stars as a werewolf.
What? Is the movie called Werewolf?
Can you fucking let me finish the fucking sentences, Jazmin?
Your language
is not
appreciated.
I'm about to let you lose because you won't shut up while I'm trying to ask the questions. Miss Interrupty Pants.
I'm gonna lose anyway, so what's the difference?
Jazmin, Casper Van Dien, give me the name of the movie.
Werewolf.
Casper Van Dien was in this 2019 thriller that saw John Rico on a boat.
The movie's called Werewolf on a Boat.
Is that your final answer?
Okay,
Okay, so the answer to the first question was, if you think about it, Sharktopus, Whalewolf. The answer to the first movie was Dead Water. Which is funny because he also did this movie where he was a boat captain. And it opened with literally a dead guy on the water.
No, not a dead guy on the water.
The second answer, you also got incorrect because you somehow, for reasons, thought that they were two. So,
I'm dying.
You're a horrible actress.
Yeah, you'll see
Mr.
that.
Dean was in this 2018 movie where he stars as a werewolf. It is called Alpha Wolf.
Oh, God. Okay, hit me again. Let's do it.
In this movie, good old Doc and Jigsaw big player with the whale DNA via the lightning.
Oh, no.
There is a British girl group, Little Mix, and they have the bona fide slammer, Lightning and DNA, in which they said, those eyes, one look and I'm enchanted, your voice a serenade, and it sings to my heart. One kiss and the skies turn gray, I'll never get away, no shelter from the rain. Jazmin, finish the lyric.
No shelter from the rain. Oh, man, this lightning, it causes me pain.
You know what? I'll give you half a point for effort. But the correct answer was that zigzag shooting through my heart. That zigzag hit me like a dart. Electricity, electricity.
Spark something inside of me. That turns me into a werewolf. Oh,
Jazmin, whiskey and chicken are two great things that should taste great together.
okay.
As you recall, there was a part of the movie where they had whiskey. They suggested whiskey and chicken. Give me a recipe off the top of your head.
With whiskey and chicken?
Mm-hmm.
How about chicken and dumplings, and instead of adding soup, you add whiskey.
Just straight whiskey, like just dump a bottle of whiskey in with dumplings.
Well, I mean, you would boil the dumplings in whiskey. There you go.
All right, I'm gonna have to go to the judges on this one. Judges, survey says
you could totally do it. I mean, people make
Okay.
alcohol.
Apparently, I
food.
wasn't specific enough. I should have said something edible, but because I didn't, and you technically gave me a real recipe, you get a point.
Hey, I'm at
Jazmin-
1.5 out of negative million bazillion.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. It's not good, Jazmin.
I am a half of a co-host, but that works because I'm only 4'9" and I'm only half of a person, and that's okay by me. Thank you.
Wow, really putting yourself down here.
Wow. It just got really quiet for some reason.
We did it.
We did it. Yeah, that was Whalewolf. I'm terrible at quizzes. So is Brett.
No, I'm not. I'm great. If you would ever make like a fair quiz, I would ace it.
Oh yeah, we talk about fair here on this. We never.
Do you remember? Leave 5-star rating and review. Don't forget to tell your friends that this show is Jawsbreakers and it's cool.
And Jasper Van Dien, we love you. This is the Jawsbreaker show.
Away.
This is the Jawsbreaker show. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time. Goodbye. I can't hear the sound. Hey, quick question. I wanted to
No.
ask you this.
What?
Can you
Shout
send
out
me?
to Drifter, by the way,
Can
for that
can?
rad
Oh, we
music.
didn't. We didn't. Did you take a screenshot of all the people
I
that joined us?
did. Why didn't
Let's
you
give a
mention that
quick
at the top of the
shout
show?
outs to the people who joined us. That's not what I
Okay.
wanted to ask, but remembered that. So let's do that first.
Thank you, Clation, Dog Skillet, Lily Tough, About W. Anybody else that joined that I missed?
We appreciate you and we love you.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
And
Brett,
congratulations, Skillet, for winning the prize of the show, which was a Blu-ray copy of 47 Meters Down, I believe.
Uncaged.
Uncaged. And some
I
other
wanted to
swag.
ask you real
Ask
quick.
me.
I need you to send me a picture of you pretending to ride on something.
I don't like the way this is going. Why?
I was thinking that the coolest picture of me editing into existence is me and you riding on Whalewolf, or me on Whalewolf and you on Sharktopus battling it out.
Is this going to be done in time for this episode to come out?
I don't, probably not, but I was thinking about it.
Okay.
I was thinking about how great an epic.
I don't know how
that
I'm going to
photo
take that
would be.
picture.
I don't know either, but I thought it'd be hilarious.
Okay. I'll see
Do you
what I
want
can
to be
do.
on Sharktopus or do you want to be on Whalewolf?
One is on one and one is on the other.
Yeah, and they're
That's
better.
pretty cool. I'll do Sharktopus.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Figure it out,
We gotta watch
maybe,
this.
possibly.
Watch this movie trailer, which is the movie we're watching next month. Time and date to be determined. Follow us on our Twitter or on Instagram at InstaPodDog for the announcements when it drops. Actually,
Please and thank you.
right. I need to figure out. I need to let y'all know where it's going to be at because I totally forgot.
Oh yeah, we did it at your place last time.
No, not where physically.
Oh.
Ding dong.
Well, like
The
Discord
audience,
or Twitch.
where the audience needs to go to watch it.
Yeah,
So the next one is going to be on our Discord. So join our Discord, link in the description, and watch it with us whenever we do it. This is called Sharkensaw Women's Prison Massacre.
Well, that's a really long name. Can you turn it up?
Come on, ladies, you know the
too
drill.
loud.
Lots of hot girls.
We can do this one of two ways. Slow and easy or just plain dead. Your choice.
Ooh, girl, get it.
One prisoner escaped. That still leaves 6 more passengers to cart around. It's pretty obvious this is where they change vehicles.
When a deadly predator surfaces.
Oh, that looks pretty neat.
That looks awesome.
No one is safe.
Gotta be kidding me.
Wow, that looks
Whoa.
good.
We got a river shark. It's actually pretty good.
Wow. Okay.
It's travel on
land. While they swim through the mud. They will hunt you. They will find you. Wherever you
Wherever
are.
you are. Look at them red leather pants. That's actually a cool.
Dominique Swain. Tracy
Crazy
Lord.
Lord.
Sharkensaw Women's
Prison
Prison
Massacre.
That looks pretty good.
The sharks look pretty. The shark looks actually pretty.
That looks
well
dope.
done.
That looks dope as hell. I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me a lot of avalanche sharks with the spikes and whatnot.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be watching that next month on our Discord. So I hope everyone can be there. We will be giving away a Blu-ray copy of a little movie I've never heard of called Jaws. I don't know. I hear it's good.
Yes, Jaws. No way.
Way. But yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Jasmine, say bye. We gotta get out of here.
Thank you guys. Have a good one. See you later. Check us out on all of the medias.
Don't forget to smile, you son of a bitch.
bitch.
You forgot.
You didn't give me time.
You didn't give me a time.
You didn't give me time. You didn't give a
didn't give me a
cue.
time.
You didn't give me a cue. You didn't
give me
say
a time.
anything. You were
Boy,
like,
hey,
you were like,
Hey,
hey,
Fred,
sister,
Fred,
it's
you
time
didn't
to
give me
smile.
Fred, you didn't give me the time, Fred. I was
Okay, good.
banging Betty. Fred, I
I
didn't
think
hear you
it's-
come in, Fred.
I think it's time to go.
Bon, I'll kill you.
Okay, goodbye.